In this video, I'll be doing my Doctor Who Season 2 review. Stay tuned. What is up everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Ahmed and in this channel I do Doctor Who reactions every Monday, every Wednesday and every Friday. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. Starting from Monday, I'll be reacting to Season 3 of Doctor Who and also Season 1 of Torchwood. But until then, here's my quick review of Season 2. In Season 2, we saw the regenerated Doctor, the 10th Doctor in David Tennant, and he was alongside his faithful companion, Rose Tyler. This season definitely had its ups and downs, and although there were a lot of strong episodes in this season, we got 2 episodes that were very, very underwhelming, and it definitely affected the score that I had for this season. The overall theme of this season was Torchwood. We got a lot of glimpses and hints thrown here and there of Torchwood. I think the first mention in this season was in the 2nd episode with Queen Victoria, and how she was the original founder of the Torchwood Institute. I stand corrected. We saw that actually in the Christmas special, so that was before the start of Season 2. So I stand corrected. It was in the Christmas invasion when Torchwood kind of destroyed a whole spaceship and blown it out of the sky. This season also was the season of monsters. We had zombies in the first episode, we had werewolves, we had Cybermen, the Krillitine, I think they're called, Daleks again. Oh, and Satan himself. That was cool. So for me, this season definitely has one up against the previous season in terms of the quality of the villains or the monster that they had in this season. So in the first 2 episodes in New Earth and Tooth and Claw, we got introduced to the 10th Doctor, and I quickly noticed how different he was, even though he was the same person. But you could see there's a bit of playfulness about him and positivity. But you get instantly gravitated towards him and towards his character because he's very, very charismatic, and David Tennant killed it absolutely in this season. And immediately from the get-go from this season, we saw Rose Tyler not being the bystander anymore and not being the passenger anymore. She actually steps up her game and becomes kind of equal actually to the Doctor, and you could see the team up now getting stronger, and each one of them, the Doctor and Rose Tyler, have their own inputs and their own value. I'm going to go off randomly about the stuff that I liked in this season. I'm gonna start with Sarah Jane Smith and K9. I know I haven't watched the classic Who yet, but seeing these two and hearing from people, you know, how affected that they were by these characters, and how influential they were in the classic Who. It was nice to see that episode again and kind of relive it in the mind of those who watched classic Who. So this is probably the best episode of the season for you guys who watched classic Who. But it was nice to see Sarah Jane Smith and how deeply affected the Doctor is by her, and that scene that they shared at the end of the episode was very, very very emotional and very sad for sure. Another thing that I liked about this season, and it's definitely one of the highlights for sure, is the parallel universes. I love when TV shows or movies go about the parallel universes and talk about it in details and show you the contrast and you know, showing you the same people living 2 different lives uh, but they look very, very similar. They look identical. So it was nice to see Mickey and Ricky and how different they were. Even though by the end of the episode you can see that they're actually the same person, both of them are a badass and someone who is courageous and brave. So I really like that about Mickey in that parallel universe. Ricky and Mickey, but Mickey because you know he grew up having lost his grandmother, and he he lost his girlfriend to this alien stranger, but he kept it together kind of, and he came up very strong. And Mickey is definitely one of my favorite characters, and was the probably the highlight performer in this season. Of course, you can't talk about season 2 of Doctor Who without talking about the Daleks versus the Cybermen. That headline is selling like crazy. It's I I bet it's everyone's dream, to see these two fight, and I loved their interaction in the was it Doomsday? Yeah, Doomsday. I loved their interaction together, and I loved how the Dalek was just firing shot at the Cybermen because they know that they're stronger and more intelligent and more superior than the Cybermen. And watching Doomsday for the second time, uh, you can't help but notice how by the end of the episode, Rose and the Doctor, both of them were devastated to lose each other. But that final shot of Mickey, Rose, Jackie, and Pete, they're all together, and so basically Rose have her life back together. She has her father, kind of her father, her mother, um, Mickey. Uh, she has the family back together, and yet she's still very devastated because she lost probably the love of her life. But it kind of shows you the contrast, between what you thought that what meant the world to you before in your family and your boyfriend, and then this stranger that you met one day and now suddenly has become your life. So when she lost that one person, she basically lost her life, and she literally died. I'm going to talk very briefly about the negatives of this season, starting with the 2 episodes that is probably the worst of the series by your account, of course. You guys said that. I don't know. Fear Her was okay in terms of pacing and story, and um, the structure of the episode made sense, but it had no place in the series. If you took that episode out, it wouldn't have made a difference at all. But then, of course, we have Love and Monsters, and that episode, even though the idea was unique and special, and I applaud them for trying it because it's something different, and it's nice to break the routine and try something new and something risky, but definitely the risk didn't pay off by the end. The season 2 finale was definitely heartbreaking because Rose Tyler is no more the companion of the Doctor. We've stayed with this character for 2 seasons now, and you can argue that we are more related as viewers to her than the Doctor because of his regeneration. So she's kind of the longest serving character so far in these 2 seasons. So it was very, very sad to see her go. Suddenly the show kind of lost its true pillar because the show started with Rose Tyler. So now for a first time viewer, I'm kind of panicking, not panicking really, but I'm just questioning in what direction are we going? Who's the next companion? Is she going to be like Rose Tyler, young, reckless, very passionate, or is she going to be maybe more of an old soul who's not a risk taker? Maybe she will keep the Doctor in check. Maybe it's a male companion. I don't know. But overall, for this season, again, despite having a few of the best episodes so far in this series, the season kind of disappointed in 2 episodes, which kind of affected its score for me. So I gave season 1 8 out of 10. For this one, because of the two episodes that were very underwhelming, I'm going to give this 7.5. Not only because of Fear Her and Love and Monsters, but because of the lack of connectivity between the episodes. For me, it's a personal choice. For me, I like when the show has a backbone that connects each episode to the next one. So it might not be your cup of tea, it's definitely mine. So I was kind of disappointed not to see that. Season 1 had the Bad Wolf references, and it kind of connected more. It didn't have what I needed, but it connected the episode more than this one. So overall, season 2 of Doctor Who gets 7.5 out of 10. Alright, so that was my season 2 review of Doctor Who. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more Doctor Who content like this one. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next Monday with season 3.